everyone, and thank you for joining us here at Bitcoin Exchange. This is Jay, your host, and I wanted to put a video out. This is Saturday, December 9th. It's snowing out here in Ohio, and I thought I would take some family time just to throw up a video and kind of explain to you where we're going in 2018 and to answer a couple questions I think is important. First of all, I've had a couple people ask me, are you getting paid for doing any of your reviews? And they've always kind of about, it doesn't really matter to us, we were just curious. And I've had 3 or 4 of those here in the last week or so. Let me get a little history about this channel, and this is going to be, I'm going to try and keep this a short video. I want to say up front, though, I am at home, so if you hear a dog snoring in the background, that's my Chinese Shar-Pei Heizhong, and you'll never hear in my other videos, but tonight's a family night, and you might hear that. So it's not me, it's my dog. That being said, let me answer some questions about this. It's a great question. A little history of this YouTube channel. We started back in July as a hobby. I had maybe 25, 30 subscribers, not doing very well, just starting out. But I didn't care about that. This is just my way of giving information back to the universe around me of things I thought was interesting. The Bitcoin explosion going on and how great of an opportunity this is for everyone to get involved. And so I would share with my YouTube channel and things that I have come across that was of interest to me. That being said, things began to take on a life of its own with this channel. And I had a couple companies, CDX was one of them, that said, you know, we noticed you got a channel out here. Would you do a review of our ICO? You know, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And after I finished the review, they sent me some of their coins, just kind of saying their way of saying thanks. I didn't think too much about that, didn't know much about anything. I'm just out here doing my thing and having a good time with it. And it was a hobby. But it began to take on its own persona on this channel, if you would, especially going through September into October into November. We're picking up subscribers, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 subscribers, which is starting to get the attention of other companies that are out there. And from time to time, I would be approached by a company who said, we saw your review on this particular thing. We liked it. Would you look into doing a review of ours? And so I would look into it. And there's been times where I would look into it and not feel like it's a very good company or it's a pump and dump, and I would just refuse to do the video and just move on. And, you know, this is not a place for me to spew out negativity on my channel. I try and keep everything very upbeat and positive. So if I don't like the ICO, I'm not going to put it out there, even if they decide to pay me. But early on, November, mid-November, we were pushing around, you know, 5,000, 6,000 subscribers. And I'm having companies get a hold of me, maybe 1 or 2 a week, that said, we saw your review, we like your format. And here's what they liked about it. They like the loyalty between me and my subscribers, you. And they like the fact that we don't use profanity. And they like the fact that there's no other advertisement going on during the review. So they're reaching out and asking me, would you help raise the awareness of our ICO sale on your channel, and we will compensate you for your time. That is a sponsored review, and the Federal Trade Commission of the United States requires me to disclose at some point in my video, and I choose to do it at the very beginning of the video, that this is a sponsored review. Now, that hasn't happened often, but it's going to, because I'm getting more and more companies across the globe that are getting a hold of me asking me to do this. Because we're now 8,500 strong in our subscribers, we'll have 10,000 subscribers by the end of December, 25,000 before July, end of July, and that's a huge footprint in this niche of cryptocurrency reviews. I'm finding out. So what started out as a hobby is now quickly becoming a full-time job. That being said, there's nothing wrong with them remunerating my efforts in doing my reviews. Howbeit, I think it's kind of cool, and I was probably going to do the review on their company anyway. If they want to sponsor me on that, that's even better. It just helps keep Jay's family alive and helps sponsor that. Them sponsoring me helps me, you know, to be a blessing to my family as well. I'm going to do the review either way, usually, and it's for the benefit of you. That's where my heart really is to be a blessing to you and to help you to prosper and help your family to prosper. So this is kind of all new to me as well. So here's the video to explain to you what we're doing. 2 things happening. In 2018, there's going to be an explosion of ICOs going on. And I want to give you a history of what's going on so you'll understand where we're at. So a lot of people, they see the ICO, but they don't see the whole picture. Let's take a look back into the 20th century. You go back into the late 1800s, going into the very early 1900s. You have companies that are coming out and they're trying to raise venture capital to start their companies. That's a huge thing that they recognize that they had to have. Now, if you get into the 80s and 90s, 1980s, 1990s, the average company that started was out of business. 90% of them was out of business in 12 months. Okay, that was a statistical fact. Why? Because they were not raising the venture capital that they needed to sustain themselves for a longer term. Well, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, they knew that they need to have the venture capital, so they come out with what's called the IPO, your initial purchase offer of stock. Now, Carnegie and others in the early launch of their career were millionaires. They had the venture capital to make it work. Other companies weren't, so they sold their stock, and you would buy into that stock. And as a stock owner, you have benefits coming back to you, and the company had the venture to move forward and to stay afloat. Well, as it would be, that happened in the United States with the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, and it happened all over the world. The Asian markets took place, and it's just everywhere. It has their own following suit there early on in the 20th century. Fast forward to today, you are seeing the evolutionary growth of a currency that is not fiat, but is going to be a global currency. Instead of a national fiat, it will become a global currency, and you are at the very beginning of watching this happen right in front of your eyes. These ICOs are raising venture capital to start their companies, and they are way beyond 90% going out of business like they were in the 80s and 90s. The statistics of the companies that are going to do extremely well with the ICOs is through the roof. So this is something that's huge. But they're creating the same, if you look at the cryptocurrency market exchanges, where you can go and buy and sell and trade cryptocurrencies, they mimic exactly NASDAQ and New York stock markets. Why? Because that's the evolutionary leap forward. And you're seeing these companies come out now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, all these other companies that early on in the last 2-3 years were standalones are now coming up. Now there's, when I first got into this, maybe 100, 150 cryptocurrencies. Now there's literally thousands, okay? And in 2018, it's going to explode, especially when I hear that Bitcoin is supposed to be traded on NASDAQ within the first or second quarter of 2018. Can you imagine what that'll do to the price of Bitcoin? And Bitcoin being a bull, it's going to push way for every other cryptocurrency behind it to come up. So you can see the amount of explosion that's going to take place. It's going to be a phenomenal year in 2018. I can't wait to get into it. However, there's a lot of information that's going to be passed back and forth, and that's where we're heading with this. So yes, I'm going to do the ICO reviews that will be sponsored. When it's a sponsored review, I will tell you at the very beginning of the video. Doesn't change the format of what I'm doing. In fact, in 2018, we are going to a more structured format of having all the same information, whether sponsored or not. You're getting all the detailed information I can give you in my research pertinent to what I think is important. Now, again, it is at first glance that I am giving you what I'm finding so that if you find it interesting, you can dig deeper and get more involved in your own investigating and decide whether or not you're going to invest at your own risk. Now, with that, you're going to see that I will be doing more sponsored reviews, and I'm going to be needing help in 2018 because there's going to be a time where there are going to be 100 ICOs going on in progress and 150 coming behind them. And so you're going to need more information. And I'm getting requests from you, my subscribers, for more information, which has led us to possibly doing an exclusive club where you get a weekly newsletter of several different ICOs that we have investigated and a personal video from me once a week staying in touch with you. That does two things. Number one, I stay in contact as much as I can with my viewers, and you know that. And that's fine at 5,000, 6,000. It's not a problem. But now that we're approaching 10,000 and we'll soon be over that, I'm going to end up having carpet tunnel just trying to answer all these comments and questions. It's going to become impossible for me to do that. So my answer to that is stay involved with me, stay in touch with me. I will do one video a week that's a private video that will not be shown on the normal YouTube channel, Bitcoin Exchange. It will be a private video on Bitcoin Exchange that you can go to by a link that's going to be in our newsletter. and you'll be able to go right in and watch the video that we do, and it's my way of staying in touch with you and bringing information to you. I may even tell you what I'm going to buy that week. I don't know. I'm debating. But I think it would be good just to kind of stay in touch with you guys to do that. But at the same time, if we do that, I'm going to have to put other researchers in motion, which means they're going to need to be paid for their efforts, okay? And that remuneration of their time and effort is going to come from you, the subscriber of this newsletter. And let me tell you where we're going with this, okay? There are free newsletters out there, good free newsletters about crypto that you can get and have them sent right to your email. I have some sent to me, and they're really good effort, and they do a real good job, and they're free, and you can do that, and that's totally fine. Then there are other newsletters that are not free, and they're coming to you. Here's a free booklet, download it, but watch this video. At the end of the video, you get the link to download our brand new free booklet, and at the end of the link, they're going to tell you, you know, to be a part of this club, you're going to spend $2,500, $3,500, $4,500 a year to get all this information that really you could dig out for free on your own if you wanted to. So there's the free, and then there's those that are not free. And we're somewhere in between there. We're not going to do it for free because I've got a team ready that would say we will do the research and report back in a weekly newsletter, but it's going to take away time from our life. We're willing to dedicate 18 to 24 months of our life to do this with you. This is what they're saying to me. But you're going to, the channel is going to have to pay us to do this naturally, to remunerate them for their efforts. Okay, so what does that mean? Are we going to be $2,500? Absolutely not. It's not going to. That's not what we're after. We're not doing this to get rich. If we get rich, I said once, I'll say it again, it's because of our own investments. Here's the format, folks. You work to survive. You invest to get rich. Okay, what I'm doing here started out as a hobby that is becoming something more than that. I need more help to help keep this going. And so we put a survey out there and asked you, would you like to have, a weekly newsletter and a weekly video, or just a newsletter, or just a video? And what's the value of that? It's coming back predominantly. They want it every week, which is good because there's so many changes going on. Number two, we want the newsletter and the video. And number three, we're willing to pay up to, $150, $200 a year to have that brought to, emailed to us once a week. Okay, so here's where we are on it on our team. Okay, we are willing to dedicate the time to do that, and we're only going to do this for a short amount of time, maybe 2 years, a year to 2 years, because this is not going to take. This isn't going to be an ongoing decade movement here. Your ICOs are going to thin down in the next 36 to 52 months, maybe 60 months. Okay, I don't see it going beyond 60 months, but once those markets become saturated, you're going to see the biggest part of that take place here in the next 24, 36 months. So they're going to help you get involved and stay involved and give you information. Fact-finding mission, that's all it is. It's our opinions and what we are showing you. We are not telling you what to do or how to do it or when to do it, how to buy or how to sell, when to buy, when to sell. We're not financial advisors. We're not attorneys. We're not CPAs. We are researchers that are just bringing simply facts. This is making you aware of what's available. So what we would like to do, hit the survey, take the survey. We want information from you because we're coming up to the end of the year and we're going to need to make a decision. But it's not going to be $2,500 a year. What we would like to do is offer 52 videos, private videos, staying in touch with me, and 52 newsletters, one a week, okay, for $100 a year, $100. And a lot of people are saying we pay $150 for it. A lot of people say I want to pay in Ethereum. Most of them say I want to pay in PayPal, which I would say is PayPal is secure. I would do that. Please, if you want to pay in Ethereum, that's entirely up to you. I'll give you an Ethereum address and you can throw me the money there. I don't care. I would suggest not doing that because PayPal is secure. PayPal is $100. You give me $100 worth of Ethereum or Bitcoin today, you might kick yourself because you find out you gave me $250 at the end of the year because that's how much it went up. Don't pay it in crypto, folks. Pay it on a PayPal. It's secure, it's safe, and I'm good with that. We'll take it. We'll pay our taxes with it. We'll remunerate our team with it. We'll buy the coffee, the donuts, the computers that are needed to do that. If you're interested in this, we'd love to do it because, again, I'm doing this as a favor to the world and to the universe at large. What started out as a hobby is becoming a full-time job. If you want us to take it up a notch and give you a newsletter and a private video, we're asking you to help kind of leverage the cost of that $100 a year. I don't think that's too hateful at all to dig out. And here's why. I'll do a research and I'll get right down to the bottom of it and find out that I can't get involved. Do you really want to spend time doing that? Why don't you let our team dig out all of that? And we'll give you some of the best. We can't give you, if there's 100 of them going, I can't give you all 100 of them. We will do as much work as we can get done professionally, the best we can, dig out the information, display to you the facts, make you aware of the sale, and then you can decide which ones you'd like to partake in. If that's of interest to you, fill out that survey. I'll put it at the link at the bottom of this video. It's on the bottom of another video, but people are getting back to us and we appreciate it. This is my way of answering how to stay in touch with you. We are deeply humbled that you respect us and that you are a part of us. We love you guys. We appreciate it. Anything that we can do to help you. There's people ask me, where should I invest? And these are questions in closing of this video. I'm not going to tell you where to invest. I'm not going to tell you how to invest. I will never tell you when to buy or sell. I will never put myself in any kind of a position where I have helped or hurt anybody because of my own personal opinions. I will share with you what I buy. If you choose to do what I do, that's your choice. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But I'm never going to tell you, you need a financial advisor for that. You need a planner for that. I'm never going to do that. But what I will do is help make you aware of some things you might not have seen on your own. And if that's worth $100 a year to you, throw that subscription out. Let me know. Take that survey rather, and let me know if you're interested in a subscription to a weekly newsletter. Okay? We're probably going to call it At First Glance because that's what it really is our initial glance for you to get involved and do your own studies afterward. So do me a favor, as always, throw out a comment. Let me know how you like this. Hit that subscribe button. Throw me out a comment, and I will see you in the future.